Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I've gotten a lot of requests to do one of these river view videos. I haven't done one for quite a while, and so today was a really nice day. I'm on my lunch now and thought I'd come out here and do one of these shots of the river. Got the bridge, got a ship coming in right now. Ought to make for a pretty good video. Thought I'd talk a little bit today about the automatic boost to the Communities Act. This is something that we have talked about a little bit in the past, and if you're not familiar with the automatic boost to the Communities Act, this is a bill that they want to introduce to law that provides $2,000 a month for, I think it's like a year, and then another $1,000 a month after that. And this is like the stimulus package that we just recently got, where we got $1,200. Well, not everybody's got it yet, but where, you know, they give $1,200 out there for you to just spend as you choose. This is the form of UBI. This is the Universal Basic Income. Now, Universal Basic Income, I think, would be a permanent idea, where this automatic boost to Communities Act is well, according to this bill, is just going to be a temporary thing. But, you know, I have a feeling once you provide people with $2,000 a month and then another $1,000 a month after that, you try taking that away and it'll create havoc. You know, it's just like any other form of welfare out there. I mean, once you have the people getting used to receiving this, taking it away is more damaging than just keeping it installed. So as far as a temporary, you know, stimulus package, I don't see it being temporary. And the idea on how they're going to pay for this is just, I still have a hard time wrapping my head around it. They want to sell, basically they have the mint produce two platinum coins with a face value of $1 trillion, and then they essentially sell that to the Federal Reserve, and that's where they come up with the money. And now they don't say like how big these coins are going to be. I mean, even if you were to say, like, you know, platinum at $1,000 an ounce, which I don't even think it's that much. I think it's like around 700 right now. But even if you were to say that platinum was $1,000 an ounce, it would take like a 1 billion ounce coin to come up with $1 trillion. So it's like, it doesn't even make sense. None of the bill, like, and how they fund it makes any kind of sense whatsoever. But what does make sense in it is that they want to introduce the digital dollar while they introduce this bill. So essentially the digital dollar, I think, is more the concept of what they're shooting for on this, as opposed to like an actual stimulus package with UBI and all that. Now, if you follow my channel, we've talked about this quite a bit, and Nancy Pelosi, she was trying to introduce a bill that had the digital dollar in it as well when they did the stimulus package, where they were sending out the checks here, the $1,200 stimulus for each American. But this automatic boost to the Communities Act, they also have a digital dollar concept that comes with it. Now, if you think about this digital dollar, this is very much like a cryptocurrency, only it's going to be done through the Federal Reserve, and they call it a Fed account. And it's essentially just the same as any other checking account or bank account or anything else like that, where you can spend your money, you know, at will, however you choose to. You can pull it out at the out of an ATM, you know, pull cash out. But the difference between it is that it's going to be a trackable thing. It's going to be a traceable thing. And then, not to mention, it's automatically deposited into these, you know, electric wallets. I mean, if you're not familiar with cryptocurrencies are pretty much a digital wallet, where you don't really have a physical account at any particular bank. It's just like a computer entry. And these digital wallets, you can transfer money directly from one digital wallet to another digital wallet without going through like a third-party mediary. So when you typically do a transaction with somebody, you have to, like, say, go to your bank account and then transfer money to another bank account where those people can get their money out. This would be right to their digital wallet. Okay, so it's a little hard to wrap your head around, but that's essentially what it is. What are these guys bringing up? Oh, you know what? I think this ship out here, sorry guys, got a little distracted here, but I think that ship actually has parts to giant windmills for doing wind power, doing like one of the giant going to one of the wind farms up there that produce power. And I think that's what it is. I think that's what those parts are on that ship coming up here up the river. Pretty cool. Anyway, when it gets a little closer, we'll put the I'll put the camera on it so you can see them a little better. But anyway, back to this automatic boost to the Communities Act. Once this thing has been installed, it'll only take a matter of time before they will pull the cash out of the system. See, once you have this digital wallet going and money is automatically deposited to this digital wallet, like I said, you can pull it out as cash, but what they'll do is they'll just make it harder and harder to get the cash out, or they'll make cash more limited, or they'll just make it difficult to use cash. And a lot of stores already, I mean, I work retail, and a lot of people ask me, do you accept cash? And I never heard people ask me that until just recently. So apparently there's a lot of stores out there that are, requesting that you use like a debit card or a credit card or something like that instead of cash. I still take cash. I'll take cash all day long. But yeah, a lot of stores apparently are holding back on using cash to facilitate their sales. Now, the real reason behind doing this digital currency, this digital wallet, the whole thing really comes down to interest rates, and it comes to a negative interest rate. And that's really where this digital wallets and digital currency really starts to play in, because no matter where you read from Congress, in the bill, no matter where you go, you'll never see where they talk about how this is going to bring in the negative interest rates to your bank account. And like I said, if you follow my channel, we've talked about this quite a bit, but the IMF about a year or so ago had a report on how to install negative interest rates into your typical checking account or bank accounts. And the problem that they said with the negative interest rates on your bank account is that if you put a negative interest rate on somebody's savings account or checking account or anything like that, the people would just pull the cash out of the system. And then they would just hold cash. So what they said to do is to have two currencies, an e-currency and cash. And so there would be two currencies that you could use. And if you deposited money into the bank, it would get deposited as e-currency. The e-currency, once it was in the bank, would have a negative interest rate. But like I said, if you were to do something like that, then it would just start pulling the cash out. So what they said to do is to devalue cash to the e-currency. So no matter what you do, you're going to end up losing out to this negative interest rate. Yep, that's what those things are. Those are the propellers to those windmills. Huge pieces, aren't they? My gosh. Anyway, so that's the idea about the e-currency, and they actually make reference to it. And I'll leave a link to the PDF file that talks about this automatic boost to Communities Act. And they actually mention in there e-money or e-currency, and they talk about the digital wallets. And now what I find interesting about this is that if they were to introduce this e-currency and these digital wallets and stuff like that, they could put a time limit on the money. So you could say, well, I'm just going to save all my money. I'm just going to save all, the $2,000 a month, and I'll just keep it, in cash. So you lose it in cash. But what they may do is put a time limit on it. And since it's a digital wallet, they could put any kind of time limit they wanted on it. Say, like, here, you get $2,000 a month, but if you don't spend it in the next 30 days, then you lose it. And you have to wait till next month to get another $2,000. So it kind of forces you to spend that money into the economy. And that could be a very real concept that takes place. Yeah, let me show you guys this boat here. I'm going to zoom in on it if I can. So that little boat there, that's the pilot boat. So what they're doing is they're dropping off the bar pilot who brings them into the river, and then they load up the river pilot. And then the river pilot will take them up the rest of the way to wherever they're going, whatever port they're going to. Yeah, so this boost to the communities, the Automatic Boost to Communities Act. This is going to be the way that they introduce the digital dollar into the system, which they obviously want to do since they keep talking about it and keep wanting to put it into a stimulus package. It's only a matter of time before they finally get it in. And once they do, then it'll be only a matter of time after that before cash will be out of the system. And then again, negative interest rates on those accounts to force you to spend that money before you lose it to the negative interest rate. Anyway, I'll give you another shot of the river. A lot of ships anchored out there. More than I would typically see. I mean, well, not really, I guess. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess 7. I've seen as many as 12 anchored out here at a time. Most of those ships, they haul logs and grain, and a lot of them head over to Asia, where they drop them off at China and Japan, Korea. But yeah, most of it's grain and logs. That's what those ships haul. And just recently, SM Line, I saw one of their ships. They haul the shipping containers, and they just recently started doing that. There was a couple of years there where the shipping containers were no longer heading upriver, and they had to either take them up to Seattle, I think is where they were shipping those shipping containers from. But SM Line, they just started a route going up to Portland to haul shipping containers around. So pretty good for those guys up there, I guess. All right. Uneducated Economist. You guys let me know.